Ladies and gentlemen, ideas are not born of the mind alone. They come to us from a higher source, a realm where the invisible precedes the visible. Every thought you harbor, every vision you cherish, contains within it the seed of manifestation. The world you experience today is but a reflection of the invisible patterns that were first conceived in the unseen. Understand this: your ideas are powerful. They are living forces, waiting to take shape. But they do not materialize through force or struggle. They manifest through alignment with your inner truth, through the harmonization of your spoken word, your belief, and your actions. When you see an idea clearly, affirm it as already existing, and act as though it is inevitable. The universe conspires to bring it forth. Many falter because they dwell on the instead of the what. They measure the journey instead of claiming the destination. The spiritual law is clear: what you hold in your mind and heart, coupled with unwavering faith, cannot fail to appear. Your ideas are spiritual blueprints, divine sketches awaiting your acknowledgement and declaration. Speak them, visualize them, and live in their reality before they appear. Then, watch the unseen become seen. The world of form is a mirror of your inner world. Each circumstance, each opportunity, and even each challenge reflects the alignment of your thoughts with the eternal source. Ideas, when rightly understood and spiritually embraced, become unstoppable. Remember this always: you do not chase ideas. You receive them, honor them, and align yourself with their essence. Let faith, clarity, and love guide the manifestation, and the world will respond with abundance, harmony, and perfection. Every idea begins its life in the unseen. Before a building rises, before a work of art is displayed, before a discovery reshapes the world, it exists first as a thought, a vision, a whisper in the mind's quiet corners. This is the realm where ideas are conceived, not in the chaos of the outer world, but in the stillness of the inner spirit. It is a place beyond time and space, where nothing is limited by circumstance, where every possibility exists simultaneously. When we understand that the invisible precedes the visible, we begin to see that our thoughts are not idle musings. They are seeds of creation, holding within them the blueprint of what is to come. The unseen is often mistaken for imagination, for daydreaming, or for wishful thinking, yet it is infinitely more potent than any visible action. An idea in the invisible realm is alive. It carries a power that, when recognized and aligned with, will inevitably shape the world of form. The key is to recognize that these ideas are not random. They are divine suggestions, hints from the higher intelligence that flows through all life. They arrive as sudden inspirations, as gentle nudges, or as persistent urges that demand attention. Ignoring them is like refusing to plant a seed in fertile soil and expecting a harvest to appear on its own. Each thought you entertain, each vision you nurture in the depths of your mind, has an inherent vibration. This vibration resonates with similar energies in the universe, drawing toward it the circumstances, people, and resources needed for its fulfillment. Yet, it is not enough to merely think of an idea. It must be understood, felt, and embraced. When you recognize an idea as valid, as aligned with your purpose, it becomes a living blueprint. You do not need to force it or chase it. Simply give it your acknowledgement and faith, and it begins to unfold, quietly orchestrating events in your favor. Many falter because they focus solely on the physical realm, expecting results from effort alone, without honoring the invisible origin of all creation. But when you learn to dwell in the unseen, to visualize and affirm your idea as already existing, you awaken a magnetic force that attracts its manifestation. The unseen is patient, precise, and perfect. It does not rush, nor does it fail. It operates according to immutable laws, unfolding in harmony with divine timing. Therefore, treat every idea as sacred. Guard it, nurture it, and allow it to grow in the fertile soil of your imagination and belief. Know that the unseen is not a place of fantasy, but a place of profound power, where every great invention, every act of creation, and every transformation begins. The idea, when rightly understood and spiritually embraced, will move from the invisible into the visible, from thought into form, and from seed into abundant reality. Thoughts are not mere fleeting notions. They are living forces, carrying within them the power to shape your reality. Every circumstance in your life, whether joyous or challenging, began as a thought nurtured and sustained in the unseen before appearing in form. The mind, when rightly understood, is not simply a tool for reasoning or planning. It is a workshop of creation. Each thought is a seed, and as with any seed, what it produces depends entirely on the soil in which it is planted, the attention it receives, and the energy that nurtures it. Positive, focused thoughts grow into harmonious experiences, while negative or fearful thoughts manifest as obstacles and limitation. It is essential to understand that thoughts are not neutral. They carry a vibration, a resonance that aligns with similar energies in the universe. When you dwell on fear, lack, or doubt, you send out a signal that draws more of the same toward you. Conversely, when you cultivate thoughts of abundance, clarity, and faith, you magnetize conditions that reflect those ideals. This is not wishful thinking. It is a universal law of correspondence. The invisible world mirrors the energies you emit through your mind. The thought is the blueprint, the initial spark, and the unseen architect of every reality you will experience. Yet, the power of thought is not fully realized until it is coupled with feeling. Thoughts alone can lay the foundation, but they must be infused with emotion to take root in the unseen. When a thought is combined with conviction, desire, and faith, it becomes a force that compels the universe to respond. This is why visualization and affirmation are such potent tools. By seeing your idea as already accomplished, by By speaking words of assurance and acting with inner confidence, you breathe life into your thought, causing it to move steadily from imagination into manifestation. Many stumble because they underestimate the subtlety of this process. They think that action alone will bring results, neglecting the invisible blueprint that must first guide it. Every action you take is an expression of thought. Without the correct alignment of mind, even persistent effort may fail to yield the desired outcome. Thoughts are the silent directors behind the scenes, orchestrating events, opportunities, and relationships to conform to the patterns conceived in the mind. When you recognize the creative potency of your thoughts, you begin to understand that you are never at the mercy of circumstance. Instead, you are a conscious participant, capable of directing life's unfolding with precision and grace. Therefore, guard your thoughts carefully, cultivate those that uplift and inspire, and release those that hinder or diminish. Know that each thought is a spiritual seed, capable of transforming your life if nurtured with faith and understanding. By mastering your inner world, you master the outer world, and the ideas you cherish with your heart and mind will inevitably bloom into visible, tangible reality. Alignment is the secret bridge between thought and manifestation. An idea cannot take form in the outer world unless every aspect of your being, mind, heart, and spirit is attuned to its essence. It is not enough to simply think a thought or even to speak affirmations. The entire being must harmonize with the vibration of what is desired. Just as a musical instrument must be tuned to produce a pure note, so too must your inner world resonate with the frequency of your idea before it can appear in reality. Misalignment, where your thoughts, emotions, or actions contradict your vision, creates interference, and manifestation becomes delayed or distorted. When you align with an idea, you bring your conscious mind, subconscious mind, and spirit into agreement. Your conscious mind must see the goal clearly, knowing it as achievable and worthy. Your subconscious mind must be impressed with certainty, for it is the storehouse of creative power. And your spirit, that divine essence within, must embrace the vision as already existing, as natural and inevitable. When all three aspects of your being vibrate in unison with the idea, it begins to move through the unseen into the realm of form with effortless grace. The principle of alignment also requires awareness of resistance. Doubts, fears, and conflicting desires act as anchors, holding the idea back in the invisible realm. These are signals, not punishments, indicating where harmony must be restored. By consciously releasing limiting beliefs, forgiving past failures, and affirming faith in the perfect outcome, you remove the obstacles that block manifestation. Alignment is not a forced effort, but a conscious, loving cooperation with the natural law that governs creation. It is the understanding that the idea already exists in the unseen, and that your role is to harmonize with it, not to wrestle it into being. Action, too, must be aligned. Every step you take, every choice you make, should reflect the reality you are creating. This does not mean controlling circumstances or forcing results. It means allowing your actions to flow from clarity and inspiration. When alignment is complete, effort becomes effortless, and every movement of your life contributes to the unfolding of your idea. Synchronicities appear, doors open, and resources flow in ways that defy ordinary explanation. The universe responds naturally to a being who is attuned and consistent, bringing the unseen plan into perfect manifestation. Remember, alignment is a state of inner agreement, not outer struggle. It is the quiet confidence that comes from knowing your thought is sacred and destined to materialize. By maintaining focus, nurturing faith, and living in harmony with your vision, you transform the invisible blueprint into tangible reality. Life begins to flow smoothly, as if all things are conspiring on your behalf, because indeed, they are. Your alignment with your ideas is the spiritual key that unlocks the door from imagination to creation, and when mastered, it makes every vision inevitable. Faith and affirmation are the twin engines that propel ideas from the invisible into the visible. Without faith, thoughts remain dormant, like seeds lying in the earth without water or sunlight. Without affirmation, the mind wavers, and the power of the idea dissipates in uncertainty. Faith is the unwavering belief in the inevitable fulfillment of your vision, the inner certainty that the unseen is already at work, shaping the form that will one day appear. Affirmation is the conscious declaration of that faith, the spoken word that impresses the subconscious and communicates to the universe that you are aligned and ready to receive. Together, they form a spiritual magnet that draws circumstances, opportunities, and resources to the realization of your thought. Faith is not a passive wish or a fragile hope. It is a dynamic, living force that operates regardless of the outer conditions. Even when obstacles seem present, even when reason or appearances contradict your vision, faith remains steadfast, knowing that the law of creation works invisibly and unfailingly. This faith is the quiet confidence that nothing is impossible for the mind and heart united with the divine order. When you hold this certainty, your thoughts, words, and actions begin to conform naturally to the pattern of fulfillment, and your idea takes its rightful place in reality. Affirmations give expression to your faith. They are the tools by which your inner conviction communicates with the subconscious mind and the infinite intelligence of the universe. Every word spoken with clarity, emotion, and belief carries a vibration that sets into motion the invisible forces necessary for manifestation. Affirmations should be positive, present, tense, and free of doubt, as they are not prayers for the future but declarations of an existing reality. By repeatedly affirming your idea, you impress the blueprint upon your subconscious mind, which in turn orchestrates the necessary actions, synchronicities, and insights to bring it forth. Faith without expression remains a seed hidden in darkness, while affirmation without faith is empty sound. The power emerges when both work together, when the heart is convinced and the lips declare the truth of that conviction. Then, the unseen law of creation moves with precision, forming the circumstances, relationships, and opportunities that will align with the idea. In practical terms, this means speaking what you desire as though it already exists, feeling gratitude for it as though it is yours, and trusting the unfolding with patience and certainty. Obstacles may appear, but faith sees them as temporary, while affirmation continuously reminds the mind of the victory already accomplished. The combination of these forces removes doubt, strengthens resolve, and accelerates manifestation. In essence, faith and affirmation are not merely practices. They are expressions of alignment with the infinite creative power, and when fully embraced, they render every idea inevitable. Focus on the destination, not the how, for it is the vision itself that carries the power to manifest. Many stumble because they become entangled in the details of the journey, worrying over every step, calculating every move, and attempting to control circumstances that are beyond their understanding. This preoccupation with the how is a subtle form of doubt, a distraction from the creative force that works invisibly to bring your idea into reality. The law of manifestation does not require that you dictate the method. It requires that you maintain a clear, unwavering vision of the end result. By seeing and claiming the destination, you allow the unseen forces to orchestrate the process in perfect harmony. The human mind, when focused on the how, often experiences fear and resistance because it perceives obstacles where none truly exist. It is natural to feel uncertain about the steps, but the key is to release control and trust in the intelligence that governs all creation. Every great achievement began as a vision, a clear destination held in the mind and heart of someone who trusted the unseen process. They did not concern themselves with the exact route, the timing, or the sequence of events. They focused instead on the end, the reality they intended to create, and they allowed the invisible law to arrange all circumstances in alignment with that vision. To focus on the destination is to cultivate clarity and steadfastness. It is to hold a mental image of your goal with unwavering confidence, to see it in your mind's eye with vivid detail, and to feel it as already accomplished. When you do this, you impress your subconscious mind with certainty, and the creative forces of the universe begin to move in response. Opportunities, insights, and resources appear in perfect timing, often in ways that surpass the imagination. By trusting the law and focusing on the end, you are freed from anxiety, doubt, and fruitless struggle. You allow the natural flow of creation to manifest your idea with effortless precision. Worry about the how is like standing in a river and attempting to control its current. The river already knows its path, and any effort to dictate it only creates turbulence and resistance. Instead, step into the flow of faith, hold the image of your destination clearly, and let the current carry you. The unseen forces will provide the methods, the people, and the timing necessary for manifestation. Your task is not to control, but to align, to affirm, and to remain steadfast in the vision. Remember, the how belongs to the infinite intelligence that governs all life. Your responsibility is to see the goal clearly, to hold as already existing, and to act in harmony with it when inspiration arises. By focusing on the destination and releasing concern for the method, you engage the spiritual law of manifestation fully, allowing your ideas to move from the invisible into the visible with ease, grace, and perfection. In this way, what you envision becomes inevitable, and the universe conspires in your favor to bring your dreams to life. To live as if the idea already exists is to step into the realm of creative power. This principle is simple in understanding but profound in application. Many wait for conditions to appear, for circumstances to align, or for validation from the outer world before embracing their vision. Yet the law of manifestation does not operate in response to appearances. It responds to the inner conviction of the mind and heart. When you act, speak, and think as though your idea is already a reality, you send a powerful signal to the unseen, a signal that aligns all forces with your declared truth. Living as if the idea already exists requires full engagement of your imagination, emotions, and beliefs. Imagine your desired outcome in detail, feel the joy and satisfaction it brings, and express it through your words and actions as though nothing could prevent its realization. This is not pretension or wishful thinking. It is a conscious alignment with the reality that exists first in the invisible realm. The universe recognizes this alignment and mirrors it in the physical world, arranging circumstances, people, and events to conform to the vibration you emit. Every action you take from this state of already having becomes purposeful, guided, and effective. The principle also calls for gratitude. When you live as if your vision is already realized, you naturally feel thankful for its presence. Gratitude is a magnetic force that draws more of what you desire into your experience. By expressing appreciation for what is not yet visible, you affirm your trust in the creative law, reinforcing your alignment and accelerating manifestation. Doubt and hesitation, on the other hand, weaken the signal, delay the unfolding, and invite resistance. To embody the reality of your idea is to speak, act, and feel with unwavering confidence, knowing that the unseen is already at work. Many struggle because they look for external evidence before they commit fully to their vision. They wait for signs, for opportunities, or for confirmation, yet the law is not contingent upon these appearances. The reality of your idea exists first in the invisible. The world of form is its reflection. To act as if it already exists is to claim your spiritual authority, to acknowledge that your mind and heart are co-creators with the infinite intelligence of the universe. This conscious choice transforms hesitation into action, doubt into certainty, and dreams into tangible reality. Finally, living as if the idea already exists invites synchronicity and effortless flow. People, resources, and solutions appear exactly when needed, often in ways more perfect than you could have imagined. The universe conspires in your favor because your thoughts, feelings, and actions are in complete harmony with the blueprint of creation. You no longer push or force, you align, declare, and embody, allowing the idea to materialize naturally. This is the final key to turning vision into reality, the state of complete inner agreement, where your mind and heart already dwell in the accomplished outcome, and the world around you responds in kind.